All right, so Nick Escobar, Mike Kravitz, both sitting at a 3-0 record. Nick Escobar on the interesting one on Enchantress, and then Mike Kravitz on a Sultai control list. I have both deck lists with me, so let's kind of go over a little bit while we're waiting for our players to kind of shuffle up, see who goes first. Kravitz on nothing super. I guess he's eschewing the True Name Nemesis consistency for Vendilion Click, more Snapcaster Mages, and Baleful Strix. Just getting as much value out of his creatures as possible. And then his other two finishers are three finishers, I guess. 2 Jason the Mind Sculptor, 1 Liliana of the Veil. But for the most part, looks like he's just playing... Ooh, he does have something spicy. He has 2 Kolaghan's Command as his red splash in this Sultai control list. But no Leovold actually in the main. It's all in the sideboard. Interesting. Well, either way, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Looks like Mike's going to lead with Deathrite Shaman, so... one of the best openers in all of Legacy. And Nick Escobar on Enchantress, something of a rogue deck. Very good against Miracles, actually. One of the better decks against Miracles. But otherwise, kind of suffers against the rest of the format to a greater or lesser extent. Just based on a variety of different factors. Mostly because of positioning in the metagame, to be honest. But it looks like Nick Escobar are going to go ahead and lead with... Utopia Sprawl, yep. All right. All right, so his Utopia Sprawl name's white, meaning Nick's going to have access to 3 mana next turn when he hits his land drop, potentially more if he decides to like load up that forest and then play like a Sarah Sanctum or something like that. So definitely a pretty explosive turn for Nick here. Or lining up to be an explosive turn. So Mike Kravitz, go ahead and pick up 3 cards off his Ponder. Now, there's a lot of things that Mike's going to have to worry about here. Primarily, any kind of shenanigans with the enchantments is one thing, but he's gonna have to watch out for like which lands end up being enchanted, stuff like that. So his Abrupt Decays are going to get kind of taxed in this matchup, but at the and his he has no Wasteland. Does not look like he has any Wasteland. So yeah, it looks like a lot of these lands are just going to end up kind of running roughshod on him in a little bit. But looks like Kravitz kept up his Ponder and is going to go send in for 1. He has a feeling he knows what he's playing against, so he's going to need to put a clock on Nick really quickly. And he's keeping up the 1 mana. Interesting. Rather than play... Interesting. I don't think he has, like, Spell Pierce. He has Spell Snare. That's what he has. But what could he want to hit? He could hit an Enchantress with 2 mana. Oh, there's a Karakas in play right now. But 3 mana is going to be... So Nick adds 2, and he goes for the Enchantress, and it looks like Mike's gonna have something to say about that. He has the Force of Will. I thought he had Spell Snare. Very interesting. Okay. Kravitz gonna go ahead and go to... Oh, sorry. Gonna go to 18 here. Wow, Kravitz really wanted to keep that top card because he didn't shuffle away with... okay, so he had a lead up with this Brainstorm. He's gonna get rid of some dead cards. I'm thinking the Abrupt Decay is probably not very good here anymore. Like, yeah, he'll hit this Utopia Sprawl, but that's probably it. Looks like we're gonna get a guest commentator in just a moment. Let's see, Mr. Josh Sellers. See if he can get him hooked up with a. Oops. Get him hooked up with a. Oops. Yeah, get him some visuals here, guys. Hold on 1 second.
Literally can't see it. Oh, yeah, now I can see things.
There you go. Hey, Josh.
Hello.
Cool. So we've got.
I didn't even know I was going to be here.
Did not know he was going to be here, and now he's here doing this. And he's going to be in the booth. Might as well do it right. But the Vendilion Click's resolving here for Nick. What do you think, for Mike, what do you think the take is? That's Solitary Confinement, Miri's Guile. I can't see that white card. Or that white border card.
Well,
yeah, it looks
hopefully
like...
Mike lifts them up to the camera.
Yeah, one individually. See what he does with that.
You should make that a... hey, that's not the camera, buddy.
That's definitely Miri's Guile. That's Solitary Confinement.
Sure.
That next one's Fertile Ground, I want to say. Fertile something.
Fertile green card.
Fertile green card.
Fertile growth. Is that it? Oh, that's a.
No, it's wild growth.
That's suspension field.
And then those two are suspension field, right? Yes. So 2 suspension fields and then a Sarah Sanctum. So actually not a lot of gas for Nick here. He doesn't have any way to
No way to draw
through his
extra
deck, yeah.
cards, but I mean, suspension field is not too terrible in this situation.
No, it's not. It's going to turn off the
Turn
Death
off-
Right Shaman.
Turn off that death right.
Say that again?
Oh, turn off the death right. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I
yeah.
said.
That's what's happening.
I mean, also Nick just has Caracas, so like he can just send the Vidillion click back.
Yeah, the crack is actually really good right now. It's going to help protect his life total, buy him a lot more time. Because you know Kravitz is on way more of a like a controlling build, way more slow, and the win conditions are, you know, they really lock you out of the game. It's mostly just Jason Liliana.
I
to
did
be
notice
honest.
that it said control
Mhm.
at the top there.
That is, it's in plain English actually. You know, King's English even. So Nick's going to draw a new card here. I think. What did he? Was it the
It
Fertile?
might have been an Enchantress, but I'm not entirely sure.
No, I think it was the Fertile Ground. Yeah, so we're gonna put that on the Caracas, which is actually super huge because Kravitz doesn't have any wasteland, so it's gonna be there pretty much all game. So now we're adding
Tapping for 4
4?
mana that's available to him this turn.
Yeah,
And it seems like he could.
it's gonna be it's gonna be the suspension field, right?
Yeah, double suspension field.
So he's gonna take 1 crack from this.
Oh no, he did.
Oh, Miri's Gal.
Guile into.
Oh yeah, all of them, all of the above.
Does he have enough
Looks
mana
pretty
for
good.
that?
Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think he had 1 floating from the
Floating
from the Utopia Sprawl.
Utopia Sprawl, sure.
Yep. All right. Well, Kravitz.
So Nick chooses to take the beats here.
Yeah, just takes the beats, goes to 14, and I think that's correct. I think he just wants to develop his board.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really, you know, the Caracas, the Vanillion click plan is not super great.
No. Wow. There's a Sylvan library. Snapcaster.
okay.
What is this guy doing? He's probably just gonna.
Just not
Brainstorm?
doing anything.
There we go. Nah, he's gonna hit a brainstorm.
Oh, I thought he pointed at the Ponder.
No. That would have been a fatal mistake. So,
Hey.
but either way, looks like Kravitz decides to keep it. Shuffle away after draw step, probably. Is that an abrupt decay? It is.
Indeed.
So now he has 2. Wait, oh, Nick's not going to bounce it. I guess he wants to protect his hand a little bit. It's not great, but it does keep the beats down. Let's see how's it going.
There's a helm.
He's got a helm, but no rest in peace, right? So
Yeah.
Sterling Grove. Oh, I mean, this is a tutor. Oh, we're going to counterspell here. Straight up counterspell.
Cast counter spell. Counters target spell.
So Nick buys himself a turn here. Because he can Caracas. But then his draw step's probably going to get ripped.
It does cost him 4 to Caracas, which he does have available, but
Mm-hmm.
it is a little bit of biting himself in the butt.
Yeah, the activated abilities because of solitary, but is what it
Kravitz has
is.
2 abrupt decays in hand?
Yeah, he has
Is that-
2 abrupt decays, so he can actually shut off a lot of Nick's. Oh, actually, he can't shut off Nick's mana because he has a lot of enchantments in play. He's gonna bounce the Vendilion Click. Kravitz is fine with that. Nick takes 3, goes to 4, but on his draw step, we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna click you on your draw. Oh, it's Mir's Gal first. Actually, that's super smart.
So yeah, resolving Miri's Guile here. It looks like he's going to try and take that helm, maybe bait Mike into taking that and letting him draw whatever card he wants.
Exactly. Yeah. So now we're gonna see that takes the helm, but the thing is, the helm doesn't do anything, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he lets him keep both. Yeah. So I don't think he has an out. I don't think he has an out here.
Yeah, and he also has...
Oh no, he does. He can still just bounce the Vendilion Click, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nick still has another turn. He can bounce the click again in combat and
Or not? What's he doing?
I don't know. Oh, he's just bouncing.
Oh, now he's bouncing it now. Main phase.
I guess might as well.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. Liliana, the draw.
Knocks Nick down to 1.
So Nick is at 1. Let's see what he can pull out here.
So he's basically got to hit the combo in some fashion.
Yeah, he's got to hit. I mean, I don't actually know how he's going to get through. Oh, I guess that's what Sarah Sanctum is good for. What is that? Oh, solitary. Sure. Kravitz probably lets him have it, especially with 2 Abrupt Decay in hand. Let's cast a solitary. It's not really going to do anything, right? Passes the turn. Draw.
Not entirely sure what the text on that card is, but it doesn't matter because it's
Yeah.
graveyard.
Oh, there you go. Does not matter. All right, we're going to move on to game 2 here. Mike Kravitz kind of decidedly takes it after like a couple turns of stumbling. See what he's got in the sideboard. You want to rattle off what they've got? Let's see. Also, you can read Mike Kravitz's.
Excellent. So Mike Kravitz in the sideboard, an additional copy of Abrupt Decay, 2 Diabolic Edicts, an Engineered Explosives, an extra Fatal Push. I assume that's extra. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 Fluster Storm, 1 Invasive Surgery. Great sideboard card.
The
1,
greatest.
Leovold Emissary of Tress, 2 Pyroblast, 2 Surgical Extraction, 2 Thoughtseize, 1 extra Vendilion Click.
Those all seem fairly reasonable, actually. Like, I like the discard package.
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably bring out the Fatal Pushes, right? Take out
Yeah.
the Fatal Pushes in favor of discard and possibly EE. Maybe an additional copy of Abrupt Decay.
You see, does he have Pulse in his sideboard? I didn't hear you. I'm
does
sorry.
not.
No Pulse? Well, that's okay.
Is Diabolic Edict reasonable here?
It's okay. There's 4 like there's Enchantress. There's an Enchantress Presence, which just lets you draw a card. It's an enchantment, and then there's the Argothian, which is Shroud, and then there's Eidolon of Blossoms. So like Eidolon of Blossoms isn't gonna get hit by Abrupt Decay, so maybe it's like okay to just have like the 1/0.
Yeah.
It seems
Well,
okay.
I mean, the game's going long, so bringing in some amount of answers to Nick's game plan of drawing additional cards is probably
Yeah.
better.
Well, that's why I
I
like.
don't know if that card is necessarily, going along that plan. but-
No, I think along what you were saying, I think denying like drawing extra cards like Leovold might be better in that like as
Oh,
as
for
just
sure.
like a threat, right? So it's just much better.
Yeah,
So-
Leovold definitely seems like a good option. Maybe an additional copy of Abrupt Decay.
Mhm.
Definitely explosives. And then
The discard package.
Yeah, maybe a couple additional Thought Seizes.
Cool.
Perhaps the Click.
Seemed to be good there.
Seem to do work.
Yeah, it seemed to be good there. Well, on Nick's side, we've got Gaddock Teague, 1 Gaddock Teague, 1 Choke, 1 Reclamation Sage, 1 Rest in Peace, 1 Multani's Presence, 1 Sigil of the Empty Throne, 1 Carpet of Flowers, 1 Stony Silence, 3 Swords of Plowshares, 3 Leyline of Sanctity, and 1 Words of War. Some of these I don't know anything about, which is fine. That's fine. But I actually do really like Gaddock Teague here. I think Gaddock Teague's great. Choke is great. Rest in Peace is great.
Gaddock Teague is great. What additional value is Gaddock Teague providing here? I guess he can't force.
Is it just Force? Is it that the only 4 up? Oh, it is the only 4.
Jason Force, basically.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I saw more.
I mean,
okay.
that if Nick has the heads up that he's going to bring in E, like that's a possibility as well.
Oh, sure. It has X in the casting cost.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But,
I mean, but he has to have the heads up. So I just like Gaddock Teague in these kinds of matchups. But so Gaddock Teague, Choke I like obviously. Rest in Peace is good too. Turns off Deathrite Shaman and Snapcaster Mage, which you both saw. Sigil of the Empty Throne probably not the matchup for this. It does go kind of long, but I don't think it's the matchup for this. Carpet of Flowers is also good. It's funny because like playing Choke and Carpet of Flowers is very interesting. 1 Stony Silence. No, probably not. The swords are not coming in.
Definitely not that.
Leylines? Leylines might come in.
Leyline seems somewhat reasonable. I
Yeah.
mean, he did see several discard effects. He
Mhm.
did see several, the Vanillion Click effect.
Mhm.
So that's a possibility, I think.
What about Words of War?
I don't think he's bringing Words of War in this matchup.
Fair enough. All right, well, I guess that's kind of it. Let's look up Solitary Confinement, make sure that we know.
Words of War is I believe that's for death and taxes.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So Solitary Confinement, not Wikipedia. Okay, cool. Solitary Confinement from Judgment. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it unless you discard a card, skip your draw step. You have Shroud, prevent all damage that would be dealt to you. Okay, so that was
Yeah.
one of his outs.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so yeah, Solitary Confinement definitely a possibility there, but unfortunately, Kravitz just had the Abrupt Decay, so
I mean, I
is
guess,
what it is.
I guess if you want to talk in theory, Words of War does kill all of Mike's threats. If you want to read the text
Sure.
of Words of War.
Words of War.
for those
It's
that didn't play during Invasion.
3-minute. It's Onslaught.
Oh,
All right,
Onslaught,
this
yeah,
is
of course.
this is yeah. It's obviously. So it's a 3-mana enchantment, red and 2. It says the next time you would draw a card this turn, Words of War deals 2 damage to target creature or player instead, and you pay 1 as a replacement. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, part of
Just kind of machine
cycle
gun down,
of,
yeah.
Really bad enchantments from Onslaught.
Yeah. I mean, Onslaught only gave us a few good things, I would say. 5 of them to be exact.
What?
And what else is in that
Do you
set?
mean Concept Art Gear?
Oh, right. No, that's just bringing back the greatest hits. I don't know what you're talking about. All right, so Enchantress leads with Leyline. Oh my god, my pregame. That's pretty cute.
What is exactly going on with your headphone there?
Which one? This one?
Either one.
Oh, because I can hear them on this one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but this one is the actual headset that feeds into
For
this.
those of you guys that can't see, Chris is rocking a double headset action right now.
Double headset. I'm all about it, and they definitely no one can see. In fact, can confirm. Not set up for commentator. Hype right now.
Commentator cam.
Yeah, not well. I mean, we're sort of set up for it, but you know,
Only on this side.
only on that side. So Kravitz. Wow, I didn't know Kravitz has Guru Islands. Cute. So Kravitz gonna lead with Guru Island into Ponder.
It's special.
Yeah, it is very special. It's like a $200 island, man. It's probably more.
I don't know. It's not something I track mentally.
How about actually?
No, neither one. But yeah, so we're off to a start here. Kravitz fires off a Ponder, chooses not to shuffle, found something he liked.
Yeah.
I think it might have been the EE.
Ooh, rip. All right, but we've got an Abrupt Decay, so it's not gonna be long for this world. But I think Kravitz might be thinking.
It might be a little long for this world because Kravitz has an island in play.
I think Kravitz is probably gonna force this because he needs to. He needs to think about this Abrupt Decay a little bit longer. I feel like.
Yeah, I mean that Rest in Peace is going to be in play for several turns if it resolves.
Yeah.
Which
Looks
it
like he
has.
leaves it. Yeah. Resolves. All right.
I mean, I guess he liked what he had on top with his Ponder enough to let that stick for a couple turns.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly enough, like specifically because like he has Island in play, like that Abrupt Decay is definitely not getting cast this turn, maybe next turn if he has another land in play, or he has another land. Which
Nick just drew the Helm.
ooh, all right, yeah. So Nick baiting with the Eidolon, very clearly going for the long game here. This is a revolt, fatal push. Is that what's happening? Or this is just in response, it feels like. Yeah, it looks like it's just in response. But, yeah, Nick with the Eidolon. I think, honestly, if I were in Nick's position, I'd feel pretty confident here. I think jamming the Eidolon's probably better. Giving, just kind of like baiting Mike into laying the shields down for a turn. Or at the very least, maybe, pushing for a Force of Will.
Mm-hmm. It looks like he's got the old counterspell.
Oh, just counterspell it is. Okay, fair enough.
So, Mike's hand seems like it's set up, fairly well to combat what Nick has going on.
Oh, man, that's a
And
Kalagon's command.
He's got the mana up, now to fire off the decay on that Rest in Peace.
Mm-hmm.
In case of Helm.
Yep. So
Kinda
now he's got.
interesting that he didn't do that before, but I guess he wanted the brainstorm value.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it seems like his hand is pretty live.
It's pretty good. Yeah, like everything in there is gas.
Sometimes you just can't turn down that value, man.
No, you just can't. You see a brainstorm, you're like, I have a
mean,
fetch
you
land
see-
too.
See, he has a Guru Island in play. Obviously,
true.
he's a man that values value.
A man of value, in fact. Gonna pass the turn here. Yeah, it looks like he's just like really set up. He's about to have a big turn because Nick is probably gonna commit the Helm here.
Yeah, I think that's.
Oh,
his
that's a Blood
only
Moon.
Play besides maybe running out a second ley line, but looks like that's what he's doing. Yeah, I guess he's not yet.
He doesn't feel like he's in a rush.
Yeah, he obviously his hand can't be disrupted.
Mhm.
Running out the second ley line ensures that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he's pretty protected, and the only thing he's really worried about is just finding more pieces.
Yeah, for sure. Hello. Just gonna make sure that we'll get into
Does this need to be in my beard?
some comments. Yeah, it needs to be in your beard, laced into it.
I'm just a quiet talker.
Quiet talker. Yeah, speak softly, carry a big bat.
Yeah. Carry a
As
big
they say.
clank.
Carry a big clank. Oh, man.
So, Painful Truths from Mike Kravitz.
Yeah, very painful. Much truth.
Standard All-Star of 2 years ago.
Of 2 years ago, yeah. Kravitz. Oh, he's taking quite a bit of damage, actually. I think he's at 15 now, because he's fetched at least twice.
Yes. I believe that's correct. Looks like he's going down one more.
Going down one more. Look at this. I think shields are down, huh? Interesting. I mean, he has a force of will, sure, but...
Yeah, he has a force of will. I mean, I'm not sure which shields we're concerned with here.
Well, here's the thing. So Nick makes how much mana next turn? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, he's got 5 mana, and he's got a Helm and a Blood Moon in his hand.
So he can Blood Moon to bait...
He's got no red mana.
Doesn't he have... Oh, okay, you're right. I think he has Taiga. Not in his hand, but
Well, hopefully
available.
he's got some kind of red source. It seems like it seems like it would be the optimal play.
Yes, true. But he's just going to run out the Helm.
Yeah, running out Helm, it's his only play for the turn. I believe Mike shuffled away that Kulagon's command.
Yeah, he did. He did.
You want to pull up the text on Helm of Obedience?
Let's do that. Helm of Obedience.
Remind the viewers what that card does.
Helm of Obedience. As Mike Kravitz is reading, we shall read together. Helm of Obedience. 4-mana artifact. Target opponent puts... this is the Oracle, so it's not the exact text. But target opponent puts cards from the top of his or her library into his or her graveyard until the creature card or X cards are put into that graveyard this way.
Well, it's
whichever comes
X
first.
tap, right?
It's X tap, yeah,
Yep.
I'm sorry. X tap is the activation. If a creature card is put into that graveyard this way, sacrifice Helm of Obedience and put that card onto the battlefield under your control. X cannot be 0. So it does have to be for 1.
Yeah.
So it has to be for 1, but with Rest in Peace, your opponent mills their entire graveyard because
Yep.
they don't have a graveyard anymore.
Entire library.
Yes. I'm sorry, their entire library.
'Cause you can never put a creature in the graveyard.
Yes. Oh, Leovold. So, I guess... So Kravitz just has to play around the Rest in Peace here. And there are no... Like, Bestage doesn't let you cast Rest in Peace and make it uncountable, correct?
Does
It's only
not.
spells, sorceries and...
Sorceries and instants.
Yeah, so Nick is in a bit of a spot here.
Yeah, I mean, he's
And Kravitz is sculpting.
just kind of doing what Enchantress does, which is dirtle around.
Yeah. Dirtle around just waiting for something to
Yeah.
happen, I guess.
Try and cast your enchantments, get your value engine going, but in a counter heavy matchup, it's pretty tough. It looks like Kravitz going to run out the E for 2. All right, looks like we've got an
Enchantress Presence. Yep. That costs 3, correct? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, tapping the Sanctum for 2.
Yeah, but Kravitz has another Abrupt Decay, so looks like he did bring in that other one that you were mentioning. And he's just like a handful of gas. All right, this is the first damage Nick has taken.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit of a long one from here.
Actually,
but,
the Enchantress Presence is not good at all because of Leovold.
Leovold says you cannot draw additional cards.
Additional cards.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So
if Nick somehow had an enchantment with Flash, that would be good.
indeed.
But I don't know if he has any in his deck.
Uh-oh. Is this a card? Enchantress's
Enchantress.
Presence. Go ahead. Is what he says.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was the first card not Enchantress's Presence?
That was. This is Argothian Enchantress.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. My apologies. That's Argothian Enchantress. All right. Nick's not opting also not to block.
Well, yeah, that seems right. I mean, I guess it's not doing anything, but also you're on 14 life. Like
Yeah.
it's not like the game is rushing to a close.
And then this Liliana happens.
So,
Oh, but he can't target. Oh, okay, interesting. I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
you
He can't make him sacrifice. So, alright. But this Liliana's going to do work. Nick draws another Enchantress type effect. Namesake of his deck, not doing
Wonder-
anything for him quite yet.
Uh,
Leovold actually like the backbreaker in this matchup.
Is there a reason that Nick would not be like running the mill for 2 or 3? I guess because that would make Mike draw an extra card.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
Well, look at this. So Nick Escobar going for a Green Sun Zenith. What could he be going for? Rexage? No. Rexage does nothing here. Oh, it gets the E, I guess. That's it. So Rexage goes down. Kravitz goes to 12. Yeah, I can't.
Well, he was going for 4, right? So he has 3 enchantments, and he tapped 2 forests.
It's another Eidolon? No, he only has
Yeah.
1 Eidolon.
Oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah, I don't see any creatures. Maybe just another Enchantress. Teague? Maybe? Doubt it.
Possibly Teague, but bringing in Teague and having Green Sun Zenith in your deck still is not optimal.
I mean, people have been saying that for a very long time, and yet people still play Maverick.
Sure.
All right, so Nick Escobar is going to fall to 11. Yeah, he's got. A lot
Yeah,
of
it looks
turns.
like Mike has this
pretty much
locked
wrapped
down.
up. Yeah. This is a rest in peace. Oh, just another Enchantress. All right, we got
Just
chumps.
another card
We got
that
some
doesn't
chumps.
Do anything. Well, Mike might be wanting to use the EE this turn just to like get a 2-for-1 and then get the beats in with his Leovold still.
Makes sense. All right, we're gonna sack. Yeah, we're not gonna get a 2-for-1 here. Doesn't look like it.
It looks like Nick is still exiling his graveyard.
Oh, sure.
Got a bit of a game state mishap, but I don't think it's going to matter here.
Probably not gonna matter too much. You're right, but it is what it is. Kravitz gonna ultimate.
That's not a thing you can do. You can target yourself.
Ooh. It's like, no, I don't want to target myself. That's exactly what he said. Leovold's happening right now. All right, cool.
I'm going to pass on that one.
Pass boss. Yeah, this Leovold's a 3-turn clock right now, so ponder.
Sure.
I mean, that's
Just,
a Jace.
Get a Jace on the battlefield.
Why not, right? You got
Have
everything
some,
else.
Do some planeswalkers,
Yeah. Do some planes walking.
do some activated abilities.
Yeah, that's
add
suppression
some
field.
loyalty, you
Yeah.
know.
Looks like he's not casting it quite yet. He's gonna go combat first. That's prudent.
Yeah.
Looks like we're blocking here. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
Nick knows that he's not gonna get another block out of it. Uh-oh. What did he draw? He drew a live one. Solitary confinement. That's gonna get forced. Let's just tap for it, and solitary confinement goes to the bin.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mike should have blown the EE the turn a couple turns ago that I mentioned. I mean, the game would be over at this point.
True.
I mean, with he still had
Yeah,
forcible.
Nick
back
can't
up in
win,
his
so-
hand. Yeah.
Sees the writing on the wall that Liliana's just like kind of chilling. All right, well that's Enchantress for Sultai. So that's going to be round 4. When did we start this round? About 30 minutes ago at this point. So yeah, it looks like we're going to probably wrap up. You're going to have to join us again for round 5 of 6 today. So we will see you guys later.
Bye.